In this lecture, we are going to learn about two another important array methods in JavaScript, the flat method and the FlatMap method, and what is their use. So let's start with flat method. The flat method is an array method. So we call the flat method on an array. And what it does is it creates a new array from the source array by recursively flattening a given array up to a specified depth. Let's try to understand it with an example. So here we have this nested array. So what I'm going to do is on this nested array, I'm going to call the flat method. Okay, and this flat method, if I hover over this flat method, you will see that it is going to return us an array. Since we are using the flat method on the number array inside this nested array, these elements are basically numbers. So in this case, this flat method, it is going to return us an array of numbers. Now, let me go ahead and let me store it in a variable and let's call it flattened array. Okay. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to log the flattened array and the nested array. So if I go ahead and if I save the changes, you will see that inside this nested array, we have this element 1, this element 2, and the third element of this nested array is again an array. So inside this array, we have a nested array. Now, when we have called this flat method on this nested array, what it has done is it has flattened this nested array. So now the elements of this nested array are the elements of this outer array. This nested array has been flattened, and that's what you will see here. So when we are logging this flattened array, there we do not have the nested array. The flat method has flattened this array and the element of this nested array has become the element of this outer array. And when we are logging this nested array, there you will see that we have these elements. We have 1, 2, and then the third element of this array, the source array, in this case this nested array, is an array element. And in that array, we have other two elements, 3 and 4. So when we have used flat method, it has flattened this nested array. Now let's try to use this flat method on deeply nested array. So in this deeply nested array, we are assigning an array. In that array, we have element 1, element 2, and in that we also have a nested array. And in that nested array, we have element 3, 4, and the third element of this nested array is again a nested array. So here we have two levels of nesting. This is the first level of nesting. So this is the first nested array, and inside this nested array also we have a nested array. So this is the second level of nesting. So what will happen if I call the flat method on this array where we have two levels of nesting? Let's see that. Let me copy this deeply nested array, and now instead of calling this flat method on the nested array, we are going to call it on deeply nested array. And if I save the changes now, and let me also log the deeply nested array here, or maybe I'll simply comment it for now. Here I logged that nested array because I wanted to show you that this flat method, it does not modify the original array. Instead, it returns a new array from the source array. And in that new array, it flattens any nested array. So I'll comment it here. And if I save the changes now, you will see that when we have used this flat method on this deeply nested array, it has flattened the first level of nested array. So here you will see we have element 1, 2, and then this nested array has been flattened. So this 3 has become the element of this outer array. This 4 has also become an element of this outer array. And then this array here, which is again nested inside this nested array, that has not been flattened, but it has also become an element of this outer array. So by default, this flat method only flattens the first level of nested array. If we have multiple levels of nested array, and if we want to flatten that, we will have to pass a parameter to this flat method, which is, if I hover over here, you will see that this flat method, it is also expecting a parameter called depth. And this is an optional parameter. And when we don't specify this depth parameter, a value for this depth parameter, by default, it is 1. This simply means that when we don't specify a depth parameter for this flat method, the value of the depth parameter will be 1 and it will only flatten the first level of nested array. But here in this example, we have two level of nesting. So if we want to flatten the first nested array as well as the second nested array, which we have inside this first nested array, we will have to specify the depth as 2. Okay, and now if I save the changes, you will see that the second level of nested array is also flattened. Okay, and if you have a third level of nesting, so for example here if I specify another nested array, maybe 7 and 8, since we have specified the depth as 2, it is only going to flatten the first level of nested array and the second level of nested array. It is not going to flatten this third nested array, this third level of nested array. So if I save the changes, you will see that it has flattened the first level of nested array, this array. It has also flattened the second level of nested array, so basically this array, but it has not flattened this third level of nested array. If we want to flatten that, we can pass 3 here. So we need to specify the depth till which we want to flatten the nested arrays. So if I save the changes now you will see that the third level of nested array is also flattened. Now, if you don't know in your array how many level of nestings are there, but you still want to flatten all the nested arrays, then to this flat method for the depth parameter, you can also pass infinity. And when you pass infinity, what it does is it flattens all level of nested arrays. So in this case also, when I'm passing infinity, if I save the changes, you will see that it has flattened all level of nested arrays. And this is the use of flat method. So the flat method, it creates a new array by recursively flattening a given array up to a specified depth. And if no depth is specified, it defaults to 1. So the flat method takes one parameter, which is this depth parameter, and it is optional. You need to specify the level of depth for which you want to flatten the array. And if you don't specify a value for depth, by default, it will be 1. And when you pass infinity, this can be used to flatten all nested arrays regardless of their depth. And this flat method, it returns a new array without modifying the original array. Now let's see one more example of flat method. So here I also have this sparse array. Sparse array simply means that in that array you will have some elements which does not have a value. So for example, if you see in this sparse array, the first element is 1, but the second element does not have any value. Then the third element is 3 and the fourth element is a nested array. In that nested array also, the first element is this value 4 and the second element is again an empty value, and third element is this value 6. So what we want is we want to flatten this sparse array. So I'm going to call this flat method on that sparse array. Okay, and here I'm not going to specify any depth value because in this sparse array we have only one level of nesting. So by default, when we have only one level of nesting, we don't need to pass the depth because by default the value of depth parameter will be 1. So it will flatten the first level of nested array. And if I save the changes, you will see that when it has flattened this array, in there it has omitted the empty values. So from the outer array, this second element has been omitted, and when this nested array has been flattened, from there also this empty value has been omitted. So in your array, when you have an empty value, in that case what this flat method does is it omits that empty value from the resulting array. So this also you need to remember. So this was about flat method. Now let's talk about FlatMap method. And before we talk about FlatMap method, let's see a use case of this flat method. So what we want is, if you see here, we have this employees array. And in this employees array, we have 3 employee objects. Each employee has ID, the employee has a name, and the employee also have the skills. And this skills is an array. So for the first employee, he has 3 skills. For the second employee, these are the 2 skills. And for the third employee, these are the 2 skills. Now what we want is from this employees array, we want to fetch the skill of each of the employee and we want to create a new array with all the skills from all the employees. So we want to create an array where we have these three skills, we also have these two skills, and there we also have these two skills as the element of that array. So here what we are going to do is, on this employees array, first we are going to use the map method. Okay, so using this map method, we are going to loop over each employee object. So to this map method, I'm going to pass a callback function. Here I'm using arrow function syntax. And this callback function, it is going to receive the employee object for each iteration. I'll call it as EMP. It is also going to receive the index of each employee object. I'll call it as I. And it is also going to receive the source array on which we are calling the map method. In this case, this employees array. So I'll call it as ARR. Okay. Now, we are not going to use these two parameters, these two arguments inside this function body. So we can also omit it. But for now, let me keep it. And what I'm going to do is, from this map method, I'm going to return emp.skills. Okay, and we know that the map method returns us an array. So let me go ahead and let me create a variable. Let me call it as all skills. And here, let me use const keyword. So for the first iteration, this map method will return this array, and that will be added as an element to the array which this map method is going to return. So this array will be the first element of the array which this map method is going to return. Then for the second iteration, this map method is going to return this array. So this will be the second element of the array which this map method is going to return. And then for the third iteration, it is going to return us this array. So this array will be the third element of the array which this map method is going to return. And we are assigning the array returned by this map method to this all skills variable. So here, if I go ahead and if I log all skills variable, and if I save the changes, you will see that this all skills is an array, and in that array we have three elements, and each of these elements are also array. But our requirement is, instead of having array as the elements of this all skills array, in this all skills array, I want to have each of these skills as its element and not the arrays as its element. And for that, on this all skills, what we can do is, now we can call flat method. And since here we have only one level of nesting, we don't need to pass any depth value. So by default, the depth will be 1, and it should be able to flatten all these array elements. And let me go ahead and let me store it in a variable, and let me call it as skills. Okay, and now if I go ahead and if I log these skills, you will see that now each of these skills are element of this outer array. So now inside this array, we don't have array elements. Instead, we have these skill string values as the element of this skills array. So basically, inside this all skills, we had some array elements which has been flattened by this flat method. Now here what we can also do is, instead of creating a variable and assigning it with the array which this map method returns, and after that calling this flat method on that variable, what we can do is we can chain this flat method. So what I can do is, on the result of this map method, so this map method is going to return us an array. On that array, I can chain this flat method. And now I can go ahead and I can log all skills. If I save the changes, we should have the same result. So here what we are doing is we are chaining this flat method on the result of this map method. We know that this map method is going to return us an array, and in that array we will have three elements. Each of those elements will also be an array, and we want to flatten those nested arrays. So on the array which the map method is returning, on that we are calling this flat method to flatten all the nested arrays of the array which this map method has returned. I hope you got the point. So this is how we can achieve this requirement, by first using the map method and then on that calling this flat method. Now we can also achieve the same thing using FlatMap method. The FlatMap method is basically a combination of map method and flat method. And what this method does is it first maps each element of the array to a new array using a provided function, and then it flattens the result into a new array. So it is effectively a combination of map and flat. And this also returns us a new array without modifying the original array. Let's understand this with an example. So here, in order to achieve this result, what we are doing is, first we are using the map method, and on the result of that map method, we are calling this flat method. But we can combine these two steps together using FlatMap method. So here, let me go ahead and let me create another variable. And again, I'll call it as all skills map. Okay, you can name this variable anything. But what I'm going to do here is, again, on this employees array, I'm going to call flat map. Okay, and to this flat map, we are going to pass a callback function. This callback function also receives each element as the first argument. So since we are using this flat map method on this employee array, for each iteration in the first argument, we are going to receive the employee object. So I'll call it as emp. The second argument is again the index. So the second argument is going to receive the index of the current element on which this flat map is looping over. And the third argument is again the array. So this third argument, it will be assigned with the original array on which we are looping over using this flat map method. In this case, it will be assigned with this employee array. So it is same as what we have learned about other array methods. Okay, and here since we are not using this index parameter and this ARR parameter, we can omit this. Same is true here also. We are not going to use this index or this ARR parameter in this function body, in the body of this callback function. So we can omit this. Okay. And inside this callback function, we are going to write the same logic. So if I copy this and if I paste it here, basically what we are doing is first this flat map method, it is going to map each employee object and it is going to get the skill of each employee object and it is going to return it. Okay, and on that result the flat method will be called. So here we do not need to call this map method and this flat method explicitly. That will be taken care by this flat map method. First, this flat map method will call the map method on this employees array and it is going to execute this logic, the logic which we have written inside this callback function. And we know that map method returns us an array. So on that array, the flat method will be called, just like how we are doing here. So if I go ahead and if I log this all skills map, we will get the same result. You see, we have the same result. The result of this code where we are using map and flat method explicitly, and the result of this code where we are using flat map is same. So as I said, flat map is basically a combination of map method followed by flat method. So with this lecture, I hope now you understand what is the use of flat method and flat map method. And we are going to see the practical use case of flat method and flat map method in our coming lectures when we will work on a small project which we are going to create in this section. And there, the use of flat and flat map method will become more clear. But this is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.